Hey guys, how's it going? Solo coming back at you with a double dose today. We're going to get another video. Today, we're going to talk about Riot Blockchain, another crypto stock, but we haven't looked at this in quite some time, so I wanted to make an update video. Let's do like we always do, talk really quickly about the market on Friday. I'm going to show you how Riot Blockchain traded on Friday to close out the week. I'm going to show you an interesting news article out of the Motley Fool. It's actually rather bearish, and although I don't want to agree with them, they do bring up some good points, so we'll talk about that. We'll do updated technical analysis like we always do, and then we're going to end the video with the option flow data to show you what the big money investors were doing. But again, just taking a quick look at the heat map here, you can see not a great day to end the week. Mostly red on the board. Even the big tech stocks were not really that green. Semis got hit pretty hard here, but let's get right into it. Let's look at Riot Blockchain on Robinhood. So here's the graph from Friday. Had a green day, so it was not a bad day for Riot, up almost 8.4% during the day. However, just at the end of after hours trading, we did dip to be down overall about 1.5% in after hours trading. On the week, you're still looking red, unfortunately. You're down over 22.6%. So not a great sign on the weekly graph. On the month, you're still in the green though, up 44% on the month. On the 3-month graph, you're still looking really good, up 420%. So let's see what Bitcoin is actually doing right now in the weekend hours as I'm making this video. Take a look at this. Bitcoin is down actually right now at the making of this video, 2.4% on the day. And if we look at the weekly graph, again, Bitcoin has kind of been choppy, but has been trading lower than where we'd like to see it last week in the mid 30s. We are a little bit higher than we were on Friday. We are still around $32,000. Hopefully, Bitcoin will continue to rise throughout the day, throughout the night, and early pre-market, because the stocks like Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent Group really rely on the price of Bitcoin rising, and I'll show you why in this article in just a second. But let's see what Riot's option chain looks like. So let's see how juicy these premiums are. So Riot Blockchain has weekly options. Marathon Patent Group just got weekly options, so that's a big plus for us options traders. But even if you're selling shares, it's always nice to see how juicy these option premiums are. So if you wanted to sell a weekly put to run the wheel strategy, for example, for January 2019 on Riot, you would collect $152 in premium, and you would have to put up $2,000 in collateral. So that would be a return on risk, and I did not do that correctly. So 152 divided by 2,000, that's going to be a return on risk of what looks like 7.6%, which is pretty darn good, especially for a 1 week to expiration option. So it looks like the premiums are still juicy on these crypto stocks. Now, let me show you this news article that I'm talking about. So this one is out of the Motley Fool, and this one is titled "The 3 Worst Ways to Invest in Bitcoin." So let's see what they have to say. As just a quick recap, it's up 9,300%, and we're talking about Bitcoin over the last 5 years. And it says clearly, Bitcoin blows pretty much all other equity investments out of the water in terms of total return since the beginning of 2016. Now, enthusiasts will tell you that it's partly because of Bitcoin's scarcity. They're saying that only a maximum of 21 million tokens will be mined. So once they're all mined, that's it. No more Bitcoin will be able to be mined. And the article says that, yes, there are smart ways to get rich from Bitcoin, but there are also 3 awful ways, they say, to invest in the cryptocurrency craze, and that's what they're talking about. And actually, unfortunately, the first thing they list is Riot Blockchain. So what their point they're trying to make is that, first of all, Riot shares have soared over 1,700% in the past year, which makes them have a 1.7 billion, and that's billion with a B, valuation on the company. But if you look actually deeper into the numbers right now, so once a company like Riot Blockchain or Marathon Patent Group mines a Bitcoin, and when I say mine a Bitcoin, what they do is they use a system of high-powered computers to solve complex mathematical equations that validate groups of transactions on Bitcoin's underlying ledger, which is called its blockchain. And for that, when they solve that block of transactions, these miners like Riot Blockchain, they get a reward of 6.25 Bitcoin. So obviously, as the value of Bitcoin goes up, the value of their reward goes up. So right now, or at least at the making of this article on January 19th, 6.25 Bitcoin was worth more than $224,000. Now, this seems like a great business model, but it's very capital intensive and very competitive. Like I said, right off the bat, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent Group are competing with each other, trying to do the same exact thing. So Riot Blockchain, they only generated $6.7 million in revenue in the first 9 months of 2020, and it produced the same net loss, which was $16.6 million through September, that it did in the first 9 months of 2019. So just to kind of put that another way, Riot may not even hit $10 million in sales in 2020. But like I said, it has a $1.7 billion market cap. So you're kind of saying that Riot is very, very overvalued. And the problem with their overall business model is that it's not driven by product development. They're not selling a product or a service. Their business is pretty much 100% dependent on this sustained Bitcoin euphoria, or what I'm calling the crypto craze right now. So if we look back in time, obviously the interest in crypto and in Bitcoin, it ebbs and flows. So right now, we might be on the upward trend, but really the problem is you don't want to be bag holding crypto or shares of Marathon or Riot when it's on the downward trend. One of the other quote unquote awful investments in crypto, they actually list as flat out Bitcoin. So what they're saying is that there are actually much smarter and safer ways to play the crypto craze. And this author even goes so far as to say that Bitcoin is the most dangerous investment of 2021. And he's saying that although enthusiasts won't admit it, their digital gold mine is full of potential flaws. And he's saying that this idea of false scarcity, right now, the code limits Bitcoin to 21 million tokens. However, the community consensus has the potential to increase this token count. So this is right now where I lose him in the article, because he's quoting saying, with so many investors hodling their Bitcoin and refusing to spend it, the only way for Bitcoin to obtain utility is through a big increase in its circulating supply. So first of all, I'm sure he's trying to make fun of the crypto enthusiasts by using the word hodling, but I think this makes his article lose credibility. But what he's saying, and this is a good statistic, I think, is that right now in the United States, only 2,300 businesses in the United States accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. And that's out of a total of about 7.7 million businesses with at least one employee. So only a very small fraction of companies right now in the US accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. And the other thing is that Bitcoin isn't unique. Apparently, there are more than 10,000 blockchain companies established in China last year alone. And there's no barrier to entry in developing blockchain. So this company, or I should say the crypto space, really doesn't have a wide moat. It seems like anyone can make a cryptocurrency. If you guys want to see Solo Coin, drop a comment in the YouTube comments below. Maybe we'll get Solo Coin going and get that to the moon, to the sun, and even out of the Milky Way. But let's take a look at the TradingView graph, all joking aside. So here's the graph that I left you guys with in my earlier videos on Riot Blockchain. So you can see I drew this trend line, which was just basically up and to the right. I even had an arrow saying that I thought we were short to midterm, still bullish on Riot. And I'm not so sure about that right now. The one thing I will say is instead of a trend line, I think we're seeing more of a parallel channel. And if you haven't seen my Marathon Patent Group video from yesterday, make sure you go check that out, because I saw something similar on Marathon Patent Group as well. So why don't we draw a parallel channel, something similar to this. Now, this looks pretty accurate compared to the data that we're seeing. So similar to Marathon Patent Group, where I drew that channel as well, we did break out of that channel at the same time frame. We sold off a little bit, and now we're back in that channel. So still though, this channel is up and to the right. So I am still short to midterm bullish, but I am scared because right now we are in a little bit of a downward trend over the past trading week. So is it just a matter of time before we break down and out of this parallel channel? The one thing to note is if I zoom in here, you can see the last trading day, we rested right on this 21-day moving average. So it's acting as support right now. I think early next week, we're going to have our answer of whether we are still bullish or bearish short term on the crypto stocks like Mara and Riot. Because if we have another green day, then maybe we are still in this upward parallel channel and we will still be up and to the right. However, if we start selling off, that's when I'm going to start to get nervous and think, okay, well, when's the next area of support? Because I do have some trend lines at about just shy of $19, just about $16.50 or so, about $14.60 or so. And then the 50-day moving average is around $13. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to clean up these Fibonacci retracements because I want to extend them up to the most recent all-time high, which was earlier last week on January 14th, and see how that data holds up. But yeah, my overall conclusion, at least my opinion, I should say, and again, this is not financial advice, let's see how we open up Monday. Let's see how Bitcoin closes out the weekend and see what it's looking like pre-market on Monday morning. And hopefully we are still on the up and up in terms of Marathon Patent Group and Riot Blockchain. Let's end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Riot Blockchain on Friday. So here's the Trade UI platform. Link is in the description below that I use for my option flow data. You can see on Riot Blockchain on the last trading day, Friday, January 22nd, 24 option flows came in, and actually 21 of these were call options and 3 were put options. So let's see what the big money options were doing. So right off the bat, here's one for $513,000, and this is an in-the-money call option, a 20 strike, while Riot was trading for $20.51. So again, a little hedgy here. This is a leap option for January of 2022, so it is very far out in expiration. Let's see if we can find some more bullish plays. At the end of the day, we had one bullish play, $22 strike call option that came in for $113,000. Expires in March of this year, so that's rather bullish. Here's another one for $54,000, also towards the end of the day, for a $24 strike, and that actually already expired on Friday. So this one was probably profitable because Riot had a green day on Friday. Take a look at these. $40 strikes for also this past Friday. Wow, those were very bullish plays for about $100,000 total in option flow right there. Let's see what else we can find if we scroll down earlier to the day. Wow, here's one here for a $30 strike for February 26th. So basically a monthly option. Someone is still betting big on Riot that it's going to get to $30 or higher in the next trading month. So a lot of this, I would say 50-50. A lot of these seems like they're hedges. They're in the money call options. And then a good fair amount of them seem to be bullish plays. $30 strike, $22 strike, $25 strike, $22.50, $40. Here's another $40 for February for $42,000. So it seems like a mixture. Mostly, I would say, overall, these option flows are bullish. So maybe people are expecting that we're in that still upward rising parallel channel and we are still on the up and up, that crypto has not peaked yet. Let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, make sure you join the Discord server, add me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and StockTwits. And most importantly, let's have another green trading week. Happy trading.